My channel just hit my first 1,000 subscribers. I'm making this video to thank everyone who has watched and supported my work so far. I also want to talk a little bit about why I've been absent for more than 3 months and explain why I've officially moved on from CapCut for my video editing. So, why has it been over 3 months since my last video? Well, honestly, life just took several turns for the worse all at once. We had a very serious family medical emergency that fortunately turned out well in the end. Additionally, we lost about a month and a half of rural internet access. That certainly did not help my video production. And while all this was happening, there were a couple of other very serious issues that forced my full attention. I did find time to think about the future of this channel, starting with a big technical shift. CapCut helped me get these first 1,000 subscribers, but there are a number of reasons I do not want to use that application anymore. I'll get into those specific reasons shortly. I was quite hesitant to change editor because I knew how much time it would take to learn a new editor from scratch. That turned out to be a valid concern. My choice for a replacement, DaVinci Resolve, has proven to be exceedingly time-consuming to learn. I will talk more about that transition later in the video, but for now, suffice it to say that the learning curve has played a big part in my recent delay in video releases. The rest of this video is primarily for viewers who might be considering posting their own YouTube videos, as I want to talk about some things I wish I had known sooner. Again, I used CapCut for my videos up until this point, and to be fair, CapCut has its strength. The free version is accessible, it's easy to learn, it has a lot of built-in clips, and AI tools that work even on lower-end PCs. But as I made more videos, I started seeing several red flags. What started out as free soon required a subscription. Simply put, features that are free today may be gone tomorrow or require a subscription. I found it very difficult to maintain consistency for that reason. On the subject of subscriptions, the pro price keeps increasing, so you really don't know what your costs are going to be long term. Another thing I don't like is that CapCut requires online access at all times. This kept me from editing any videos during our internet shutdown. I also found that I had limited control over my own media and channel materials. You get only 3 folders even with a subscription, and those folders are all online and not quite stable. Plus, you cannot make your own templates. Only the flashy pre-made templates are available. But much worse is the reliability issues and ownership politics, like the platform being shut down for a while last year. If you don't know if your app will work tomorrow, you really cannot include it in your tools to make videos for your channel. Even that concern pale against the 2 biggest deal breakers, though, namely privacy and trust. You see, last year, CapCut changed their user agreement to take complete control of your videos. In their agreements, they can now use your material for any use they seem fit, a very serious privacy issue. Their latest agreement was just published last month, and it's 23 pages long. I used AI to decipher it. The results are quite alarming, as you can see here. And there are more trust issues. I found out the hard way that creating videos using CapCut can bring you some really serious surprises. Their music and sound libraries are presented royalty and copyright free, but only later did I realize that this applies only to videos posted on their own platform, TikTok. After I had added music to several of my videos, and just before my own channel got monetized, I got hit with a bunch of copyright claims on my channel. and it was all based on that so-called free music I'd used from CapCut. I didn't realize it at the time, but much of this music contained digital IDs that some music creators, or even worse, some third parties, used to claim your revenue from the videos. Some of my previous videos basically got ruined as I removed the music passages. After that experience, I lost all trust in CapCut, and I suspect that all those so-called free AI clips or other assets may in fact also contain digital IDs and may trigger future copyright claims to innocent content providers. I hope to be wrong about this, but going forward, I'll definitely keep my guard up. Now, let's talk about the replacement application. I looked long and hard at reviews and YouTube videos, and the one app that kept showing up favorably was DaVinci Resolve. It is a software platform that resides completely on your computer with no requirements to be online to get work done. That means I can edit in my shop or during another internet outage without losing a single feature. This was a huge step up from CapCut. It's quite different, far more advanced, and in my opinion, extremely difficult to learn. If you doubt the complexity and the sheer volume of tools and capabilities it offers, you'll understand why newcomers like me often describe it as overwhelming at first. The application manual is 4,300 pages long. Let me repeat that. The manual is 4,300 pages. This app does not include any of those snappy pre-made clips, music, and stickers that are the backbone of CapCut. No, this is a professional video and sound editing tool that clearly originated in Hollywood-type studios. In fact, this is the same software used to color grade major films like Avatar and Top Gun Maverick, and yet it is free. They do have a paid version, but the free version is a rare, full-fledged application that can do almost everything. This video was made using the free version. I realize that with this being outside my normal do-it-yourself videos, it will likely not get many views, but it was a great way to learn DaVinci Resolve. As I'm finishing up this video, I ended up so impressed that I ordered the paid version. Well, why would I do that? There are some technical benefits to the paid version that many other YouTubers have already described in great detail, but it also turns out to be a bargain. You see, you can buy this cool little editor keyboard to make your editing easier, and that keyboard includes the professional studio version of DaVinci. I found this keyboard online for $435, so the keyboard itself cost only a little more than $100 over the $295 software upgrade itself. I should point out here that in this day of software always pushing annoying subscriptions, DaVinci stands out from the crowd by selling the professional studio version for a lifetime fee of $295. Given the amazing software tool this is buying, I find this to be a true bargain. And no, I am not sponsored in this video. I do have to admit that I miss all the clips and stickers from CapCut, but I do not miss how those clips would change or disappear, or the feeling of being burned when you find your videos with copyright claims. In DaVinci, you make your own materials and effects, and they're yours forever to use whichever way you like. It's too early for me to give you a real review of DaVinci, being that this is my first video using the software, and I'm still not even in possession of the paid version. Therefore, I'll encourage you to check out the hundreds of videos already on YouTube about this platform. I must have watched at least a couple of hundred hours of those videos by now just to learn the basics. As I said, it's not an easy tool, but it's an amazingly comprehensive platform for video production. I doubt I'll regret learning this software, and I look forward to get back to making some video projects to share with you. This video took me forever to make as I was learning this new video editor. The real reason I made it was to thank my viewers for helping me reach that first 1,000 subscribers, but I also did want to explain my long absence. So once again, if you're still watching, thanks. I do have a bunch of really cool videos in production. In the coming months, I'll be sharing some unique inventions I have made that cannot be bought anywhere, but you can make them at very low cost, and they will, without a doubt, help you become a more accurate and more efficient do-it-yourselfer. I realize my channel is not laser focused on one specific subject, but that's because I like to do almost everything in and around the house myself. I also use a lot of technology that I'm more than willing to share with you. I ask one thing of you other than to become a subscriber, and that is to leave me some comments on what you would like me to post in future videos. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.